Really?
I do.
Oh, wow. We would have a theater. We would have a larger physical fitness facility for the lower and upper campus. Possibly, hopefully a pool. I don't know if that's possible. That just, if money wasn't an issue. But classroom-wise, I think in terms of instructional classroom is to talk to the teachers and find out, the needs of each grade level and see how we can create and build a classroom that would be ideal to the teaching styles. So maybe I'm just going to say more, bring in more technology into the classroom as well.
Always cautious about ideals. Ideals are talked about a lot in philosophy, and usually they lead to more bad things than good things. So I'm more pragmatic. But and so thinking about this, though, I do think that ideally, if we can grow the school, I don't know if this is the right time. I'm not making a commitment to that, but I'm saying that if we can grow the school, I think it's a very good thing because giving this sort of an opportunity to more kids is very important. And especially, in my mind anyway, I'm sort of focused on the lower school right now because my kids are there. To me, that's actually one of the most important things because you're giving those kids that beginning point. So actually, one of the things I'd like to see is some partnership with the traditional public schools as well. We may have kids that, we know the kids are going to come into the lower school and some will drop out, and perhaps that's a natural and a good thing. And if we have a partnership with the traditional public schools, we can maybe work together and make that a good thing for both the charter and the traditional publics. And who knows, if it works out well, then that can serve as a model for other charter schools around the country. So.
Well, ideal life. So, when I look at other schools, they have various options that many people provide, and some I think like technology, like people talk about. I think some people say that everyone should have an iPad, everyone should have a computer, you should have the latest computer access. But I think sometimes when people have less number of things, they have more focus, they have more ability to be able to kind of direct themselves, in trying to utilize the resources that you have. You can always have more. You can always have a bigger house. You can always have a bigger home. You can bigger cars, more cars, but it's a question of what resources you have and how you are utilizing it. And for me, I think the ideal thing would be, of course, to have kind of ability, some of the other options like ability to have a theater and maybe more music-oriented, art-oriented focus. And another key thing is social focus. How do you kind of get kids to have more social time, to be able to interact with each other and learn what they're going to need to do when they go outside the school. So that's, I think, is the most critical when I think of ideal situation like this.
I also have a hard time with that word ideal. What is the perfect ideal out there? I know things I love to see in our seniors is better retention of senior students. I want to see to have those points where we see the new students, how do we retain those students past those points so they continue to go here and keeping our teachers as well that we look towards. So it's kind of where it's right now, but it's how do we retain those students, how do we find whether it's activities or technology or something to keep them here.
I guess when I think of the school that I'd like to see Eagle Ridge be, I think of the word flow, and there are three basic groups you deal with in an educational institution. It's the parents, the students, and the board. And the fact that really the board is kind of a mixture in charter schools. But I think the student flow is an academic flow where from first grade to 12th grade, there's a flow of information, minimal duplication, minimal confusion, so that when they get through fifth grade, they know what they're going to take in sixth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. From a parental standpoint, and as we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years, the parent community has taken on a whole different perspective of the school. We have people who are not interested in extracurriculars. We have people that are leaving because we don't have a certain extra electives. And finally, with the board, so I look at the support factor of that. And finally, with the board, as far as the ideal is concerned, they have to be transparent. They have to have everything out on the table for the parents to see, so efficient. So that's what I see.
Nothing ever never stays the same. It's either growing or it's not. I prefer to be on the side of growing. And there's lots of ways to grow. It doesn't necessarily mean the physical size of the building or more students. That is growth, but there's all kinds of ways to grow. The kind of programming and curriculum that we offer can grow. The type of students we attract can grow. The extracurricular activities, as I've mentioned, I'd like to see that grow. One problem the school has is attrition and people leaving before they graduate. And I think part of that is because there are more extracurricular activities offered elsewhere. There's certain things that I'd like to see, especially at the higher levels. From my own background, youth in government is a great program. It's something that we can get involved with now. Model UN or moot courts, things of that nature. Just off the top of my head, there's all kinds of things we can start doing now that we can make this school a better school in 10 years. Not what we want in 10 years, but let's focus on now.
I've had discussions with several parents of students who are choosing to leave and asking them why and what is drawing them away. And it is, the extracurriculars, the AP classes, different offerings, theaters, gyms, all those sorts of things. And it's important that I do see that for the future of this school, but I think it's also important to maintain the quality that we have here, the quality of the families that go here, the quality of the students that go here, the quality of the faculty that we have here. Because if we lose that, then we might lose that focus, and that's what I really am most concerned with, that we always maintain the same quality, no matter how large we get. The things that I'd love to see stay the same, I mean, obviously classical education is the heart of this school, and it needs to remain the heart of this school. The academic rigor, being able to expect that of our students and being able to expect that of our teachers is tremendous. And just maintaining the quality teachers and not jumping on every educational bandwagon that exists. I love that about this school. Let's keep it that way.
My ideal school for Eagle Ridge would be a school that's just fully embracing classical education. I just like broken record, but that's my passion. That from the staff level, from the teacher level, from all the way down to the students, that it's fully, it's identified, it's articulated, it's embraced. You cut us, we bleed classical. People are coming to us and saying, how do we do this in our school? How do we do this in our community? How can we make our school like yours? We talk about expansion and replication. For me, expansion really does focus on us in a sense. Expansion is it's more can we get for ourselves, more activities. Replication, I think, is great because replication is about streaming numbers. Doing what we're doing and what we're doing to our community. But I would see the school with students that are graduating, not just going into college and getting a job, but they have a purpose. They're getting involved in their communities, doing community service. They're running for government offices, running for school boards. They're making a difference, not just participating, but actually making a difference.
I would like to see that the school would have a name, that it has such a reputation that all other schools in the state and the country would recognize, that universities and colleges would want to come to recruit our students to attend their universities and colleges. I think that they would want to emulate what we're doing here, to duplicate it as well. I think that if we keep on the path that we're going, that we someday may be able to get to that.
I have a long laundry list, so I'm going to talk really fast. So first of all, I think we need to define that elephant I talked about with the last question. We need a unified view of classical. If someone asks us what classical is, anyone in Eagle Ridge community has to have the same answer. We have to understand it in and out. We need all of our teachers, all of our staff fully trained in classical. We need a program to onboard them, keep people trained in classical, get our parents and our community trained. We need a very strong community, not only within the teachers and the administration, but between our families. We have kids that come from many suburbs, many places around. How do we build a sense of community and a place to hang out? In 10 years, I would love that we have a place to hang out at Eagle Ridge. I would love to see sources of revenue beyond the Minnesota Department of Education and our funding to get there. Would love to see private money, corporate money, other money helping to fund it so that we can expand our programs and do more at Eagle Ridge, whether it's just this school or an expanded, replicated school. I would love to see a community of volunteers. I would love to see waiting lists of volunteers that are so long we can't get everybody in to help. I'd love to see people lined up at the door waiting to volunteer.